Hello, I'm Rosie Shrestha, and this is my submission for EC 535 mobile devices and ubiquitous computing systems. So for my project, I decided to make a flashcard application. So a little bit about flashcards. Flashcards are a powerful learning tool. A flashcard contains bite-sized information on one side of the card and related details on the other. So the idea for this application was inspired by my personal experience while prepping for GIE vocab. So flashcards are an effective tool for various learning goals. You can use it for building your vocabs while learning a new language, for remembering like periodic table elements, for various test preparations, and so on. So the code base is available in my personal GitHub repo. So before we move on, I'll start with a quick demo. So this is my code base for the project. So I'll go ahead and run the app. Uh, the emulator that I'm using is for Pixel 3a. So this is the main screen where you'll see two buttons for viewing the flashcards are going to the About screen. The About screen simply has some info and linked to the repo for the code base. And when you come back and click on View Flashcards, so when you first load the app, you won't have any flashcards in them. So to start off, you're gonna need to create a folder. So let's do that. And this is the create folder form. And if you try to click on create button without entering anything, it will give you an alert saying that you need to enter the folder name. So I'll enter the folder name for countries, create, and we can see that a folder has been created. And right now this folder doesn't have any flashcards or like words in them, so right now it's empty. The view for showing the list of folders is scrollable, so I'll go ahead and quickly create some more folders. Okay, so I've created a bunch of folders in here and they don't have any words in them, but as you can see, they are scrollable. And if you want to edit the folder name, we have the option over here to either edit or delete. So we can go ahead and click on edit. And let's say I want to update the name of the folder from countries to countries and capital and hit update. And the folder has been updated. So the application is connected to SQLite database. So even when we close the app, it retains all of the information. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's run it one more time. Let's go to the list of flashcards and we can see that it still retains all of that information. So with folders, you can organize your flashcards based on your topics or however you like it. So I'll go ahead and create some flashcards inside of periodic elements. So let's click on that. And right now we have no words, so we can go ahead and click on add. And this is the form for adding a new word. So I'll just go ahead and add some of the elements over here. So whatever we add in the word fill, it will be shown on the back of the card. And when you flip it, you'll see its description. And we'll see this in a moment. So let's go ahead and save that. And if you go back, we can see that these are the list of words that we added on the periodic elements. And like the list of folders, this view for showing the word list is scrollable as well. Now that we have added the words, we can actually start like reviewing the flashcards. So if you click on review, you'll see this view where you can see the word that's on the back of the card. And if you flip it, you'll see the meaning, the description that we added before. So the idea is that if you know the description of the flashcard, you'll click on this button over here so that it will keep track of whenever you got it right. And if you don't know it, you'll click on this button so that it will keep track of what words do you get incorrect. And right now we have 8 flashcards, and out of 8 we are on the first flashcard. So let's quickly go through them. Okay, so achieve is for helium. If you want to double check, you can just flip it. And okay, so helium is right. I can click on yes. Na is let's just assume that we don't know it, so we'll click on this. Fe is iron. Let's just double check. Okay, there you go. C is for carbon. Let's double check. The sixth word is nitrogen. No, yes, yes. And at the end of the review, you'll see your score. So you got 6 correct and 2 incorrect. So from here on, we can either click on review again to go back to the flashcards to review them again, or we can go back over here. Let's add a couple more under countries and capital. So I added two words over here, and we can review the database that it's connected to by going to Device File Explorer. So I have it open under here, and we need to synchronize the database, download the database. I'll store it in downloads, and we can open it in SQLite over here. So let's just click on Open Databases, and we can open the flashcard database. And let's review the folders table. We can see all of the folders that we created. And under words, we should have the associated word, and so the countries and the capital over here, it's associated with table 33, which is for countries, and the elements over here is associated with table 34, which is for um, the periodic element folder. So now coming back over here, let's just go ahead and delete this countries and capital folder. So we can click on delete, and it will ask you for confirmation if you really want to delete this folder. And if you click on yes, it will be deleted, and all the words associated with that will be deleted. So we can verify that by going back to the database, synchronizing it, and downloading it again. So we'll replace the one that we had before. Come back here, open the newly synchronized database again, and go back to here to see if it has the folders. Right, so it doesn't have the folder anymore, and all the associated words with the countries has been deleted. So in the demo, we saw some key features of the application, and now we'll move on to the code base. So for the main screen, the background image for the home screen was generated using Adobe Firefly. So the home screen has two buttons, one for viewing the flashcard and about screen. And in the Java file, it utilizes the concept of explicit intent to load either the list of flashcards or the about screen. And the next feature is for creating a folder. So when you first load the app, you won't have any folders yet. So you can go to create a folder button, and it will load the form. This is the XML for the form. And when you click on submit button, it gets the folder name from the input field. And if it's empty, it will show an alert saying that you need to enter the folder name. And if it's not, it will call the method to add the folder from DB handler and passes it the folder name. As for the DB connection, the app is connected to SQLite database. In DB Handler, we have a method to create a DB named Flashcard and create tables named folders and words. And words table stores ID, word, the description, and it has a foreign key to the folder table. The folder table stores ID and folder name. And the create folder method in dbhandler.java, it performs an insert operation on the folders table with the provided values. So the folder list activity displays the list of folders using a recycle view and folder list adapter. The folder list adapter class, it binds each folder item to the corresponding view. The adapter, it queries the database through the get folder names, and this method is in DB Handler to retrieve the list of folders, and it provides a context menu for each item, allowing users to edit or delete a folder. Each folder item is represented by a card view in the adapter, so when a folder is created, updated, or deleted, the adapter is notified to refresh the data, providing users with real-time feedback on the folder management actions. Now for showing the edit and delete option, the show context menu method in the folder list adapter class is responsible for displaying contextual menu. So when it's called, it creates a pop-up menu associated with a specific view. It inflects the menu layout and sets an on menu item click listener. And this listener over here, it responds to the menu item clicks. So when a user clicks on the edit menu, it loads the form to edit the folder name, and it also passes the folder ID and folder name. And the same form is reused for creation and update. So it checks if it has folder ID and folder name, and if it does, it updates the input field and the button name to reflect the update view. So the delete folder method, it confirms folder deletion through an alert dialog. It asks if the users they are sure, and upon selecting yes, it triggers the deletion process by calling dbhandler.delete folder, and it passes in the folder ID. Afterwards, it updates the folder list, and if a listener is set, which was folder delete to listener, it notifies about the deletion. Now, for the word list and the word form, it pretty much utilizes the similar concepts that we used with folder list and folder form. So in the code base, that's the code for word form activity, and we have word model, and then there is word list and word list adapter. Now, one of the concepts that the app utilizes is also the concept of shared preference. So for certain actions, let's go back to the app. So when user clicks on any folder, we need to keep track of the ID that the user clicked on so that we can get the words that's in a specific folder, and we need the folder ID for that. So for things like that, I've used the concept of shared preference. So when user clicks on it, it stores the folder ID, and it also saves the folder's name. And when you come back to this view over here where we're fetching the words in a folder by its ID and showing them over here, it retrieves the folder ID like whatever it needs. Now moving on to Flashcard. So this is the XML layout files. It defines a card flipping interface with a clickable root layout, buttons for feedback, and separate layouts for the front and back faces of the flashcard. So the card flip, it utilizes two animator set objects, mset right out and mset left in, and that's for handling card flip animations. Load animation method, it loads the card by flip animations from XML resources using animator inflator. The change camera distance method, it adjusts the camera distance to create a 3D effect during the card flip animation. And flip card method, it handles the logic for flipping the card between its front and back faces based on the current visibility state. So if the back is not visible, it sets the animation target to the front and back layouts, starts the animation, and updates the visibility state to true. And if the back is already visible, it reverses the animation targets and updates the visibility state to false. The other feature that the app has is keeping track of scores. So the show next word or score method over here, it determines whether to display the next word or proceed to the score screen based on the current word index and the total number of words. So if more words are available, it increments the index, checks if the card is flipped, and displays the next word. Otherwise, it triggers the show score method. And the show scores method, it creates an intent, adds count of correct and incorrect answers as extra data, and starts the score activity. And that's just the about screen. And that is all for my app. Thank you.